Joining us at 6, I'm Will Thomas.
And I'm Maureen Ume. There were two big surprises today. One of those celebrations, Stevie Wonder showed up at a Unity brunch at Ballou Senior High School in Southeast. And that is where we find Fox 5's Karen Gray Houston tonight. So Karen, we showed them one surprise. What was the other surprise?
Well, you know, Maureen, there might have been more than two surprises, but the second one came when Stevie Wonder told the crowd here inside Ballou High School that what he plans to do by Martin Luther King's next birthday next year is raise $100,000 to help keep this community safe from violence.
The crowd that trickled in thought this was the kickoff of yet another anti-violence crusade, the DMV Peace Authority. DMV for the District, Maryland and Virginia. Well-known activist Ron Moten is a co-founder.
Negative things happen when positive people do nothing.
Parents like Taria Sutton are on board. She knows violence all too well. Her 18-year-old son, Alante, a D.C. Council intern, was shot to death last spring.
It's a lot of kids out here that's trying to turn their lives around and get distracted by the violence that's going on the street, the peer pressure.
Then, midway through the breakfast, a very pleasant surprise. Stevie Wonder, he who wrote the song that kicked the campaign for a national holiday for King's birthday into high gear.
There were those who believed not. They felt that it would not happen. But I knew without question that it would happen because of what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood for.
Stevie doesn't shy away from politics or a good cause. His announcement stunned the audience.
I will do everything that I can to raise $100,000 to give to your commitment.
It was awesome news to Ballou's principal, who acknowledged more than $65,000 in equipment has been stolen from the school in recent robberies.
It's a very big deal. We're very excited. You know, our kids are going to hear about this on Tuesday morning.
A groundswell of good feeling swept over the crowd, including this awestruck reporter who shamelessly asked Stevie to sing the birthday song.
I really can't because my throat is broke.
Oh, no.
Well, you can sing it for me. Go ahead. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I know I ought to be embarrassed, but I'm not. But back to the DMV Peace Authority, they are going to be setting up a new website in coming weeks, DMVPeaceAuthority.com. Residents of the District, Maryland, and Virginia can go on that website and get information about problems they're having with crime, and they can be steered towards resources that might help them. We're live in Southeast. Karen Gray Houston, Fox 5 News.
And Karen, Maureen? I would not be embarrassed at all. I think you sounded great. He sounded great. And so nice to see him doing something this wonderful for this area.
In Southeast Washington, a newly formed group called the DMV Peace Authority expressed their hopes to reduce crime. And as Jay Korf tells us, they received some unexpected support.
God, we pray that peace might roll through our streets.
Inside Ballou High School Sunday, a community gathering concluded with a surprise guest in the prayer circle.
Hear us and help us. Bless us and keep us. Bless Stevie Wonder, God.
Stevie Wonder, the legendary entertainer who doubles as an activist for political and social justice, stopped by this event to support DMV Peace Authority. The newly formed group hopes to lower crime in the region by unifying all sectors of the community, from businesses to churches to schools.
As long as we are still alive, we can make a difference. So that's what I look forward to, us making a difference.
To have him coming and willing to support us and to be with us, man, I mean, I'm just going to pray all night to God and thank him.
And Pastor Joyce Scott hopes that Stevie Wonder will support her anti-crime initiative.
My grandsons did not carry guns, was not into drugs.
Earlier this month, her grandson, Brian Scott, was shot and killed. Now she plans on bringing her ministry to the streets to curtail the violence that ended his life.
I won't crumble, I won't crack, and I won't cry, and I haven't. Nor will I crawl, but I will with the holy boldness of God, do what God has called me to do, take the truth to the streets.
Like so many of his melodies, Stevie Wonder is calling on this audience to not only hope and dream, but also to act against hatred.
But we can change all that by not just talking about it, but being about it and doing about it.
Event organizers say that if they make considerable progress, this time next year, Stevie Wonder has pledged to help them raise $100,000 for their organization. On Capitol Hill, Jay Korf, For TV.
A day to the late civil rights icon. Stevie Wonder was front and center again in Washington today to help launch another peace movement. It was 15 years after the assassination of Martin Luther King that thousands gathered on the Mall here in Washington to celebrate a day in his honor. Singer and peace activist Stevie Wonder had led the demonstrations. His song, Happy Birthday, was to become the signature tune for the King holiday.
It's about being committed to making a difference.
Today, Stevie Wonder made a surprise visit to the often troubled Ballou Senior High School in Southeast.
I love you. God bless you.
What would Dr. King say about the violence across the country today?
Violence comes from frustration, from hate, from lack of education or ignorance, from having too much accessibility to handguns.
The international music star and peace activist was there to help a new organization, the DMV Peace Authority, launch an anti-violence campaign in poor communities in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia.
I understand there have been 14 deaths in this community since the beginning of the year. That's a heartbreak. It's unacceptable.
Organizers say the King holiday weekend and Stevie Wonder will help bring attention to their new anti-violence efforts. After the MLK bill passed the House and Senate, President Ronald Reagan signed the measure into law, and that was in 1983. The holiday was first observed 3 years after that. Another tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King.